Hi guys, I'm Mr. Razor and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you my March 2020 bullet journal setup. So with March being the month of St. Patrick's Day, I searched and found this font that is called something like the Clover font, and I thought it would be nice to use for this month. It's once again fairly a simple font, like all the other kinds of fonts I like to choose. I love changing my font every month to keep my minimalist style fun to do. Then as usual, I adapt my spreads to the font style. So with this first page, as usual, I have the month written out and then the calendar right below it. And before I go on further, some of you might have noticed I did accidentally number the dates wrong around the third week, and I stopped myself right there and fixed it. So now I might as well do a quick overview as to how I fixed my mistakes. What I did was I took a sheet of loose leaf bullet journal paper and cut out pieces just big enough to cover up my mistakes, and I aligned the dots right on top of the original ones and used my handy double-sided adhesive tape to stick them down on the page. If you don't have any loose leaf bullet journal paper, and this is also how I actually did this in the past, normally with each bullet journal, I'm not sure with other brands, but with the Moleskine and Leuchtturm journals, come with this small pamphlet about their journals tucked in the back pocket of the journals. And on a few sides of the paper, there should be plenty of blank space on one side in which you can cut and use to cover up mistakes. I know that because back in my main 2019 to 2020 setup on the upcoming film and TV shows page, the title spot for the page, before I actually had written something else, and this is exactly what I did to cover that up. And then if you don't have the double-sided adhesive tape dispenser, you can always use the classic glue stick. And so that is how I do quick cover-up fixes. Now here's my calendar setup. And so what I did here to tweak my calendar to fit with this month's font is that I added these little crevices in between the outlining of each section of the calendar, as it kind of matched that round crevice or so with the rounded letters. This style could also easily fit with many other fonts too, but it just came to mind for me to use it with this font this month, and it seems to suit with it quite nicely. Then one thing I did notice with this calendar after I set it up is that I could have scooted it over to the right by one section to get rid of that little bit of extra space between the last box of the 31st and the center line of the notebook, but I didn't want to redraw the whole thing, and I'll just be filling the extra space with doodles anyway. But of course, if you like, it is a very easy fix. And once again, all the extra space can be filled with other boxes besides the one big notes box that I fit in the one chunk of extra space under the calendar. Here with my next two regular spreads are my grocery weekly sales and sleeping trackers. For the grocery page, I continued to use the little crevices around the border to continue the style with the font. However, with my sleeping tracker next, I used a different style of just a simple line with a dash at the end of the line, as it was simpler instead of doing the whole entire box grid with the crevices for it. And together these show two alternatives in which could be used to fit with this month's font theme. Moving on, here's my mood and habit trackers, and this shows me mainly using the simple but more work crevices around the outlining of the boxes and grids This is since I found that it would just work better to adhere to the kind of way I have set up my previous bullet journal setups, and generally how I like to do these pages. I did try to use like the lines and dashes style for the habit trackers, but it just didn't look as good as this style here with the bold outlines and the crevices. Also, as you see me work on my first two habit trackers, I wasn't sure at first which way was better to go, to outline the boxes freehand or using a ruler to slightly help at first, and I ended up just doing freehand because it left less ridges at the breaks of the outline. And here are the songs and brain dump pages. The songs page goes to using that other alternative style as it made sense with the dashes on the sides of the streaming bar. Very simple page and setup here. And the brain dump page as usual, just the title and then using a small dash as bullet points for when I will use it throughout the month. Now here we are at the weekly spreads, going back to the first style of the month's theme. Basically, I followed the simple setup of creating the boxes for each day of the week with the outlines with the small crevices between each of them, leaving plenty of space for each day. And this carries on throughout the rest of the pages. So that is my March 2020 bullet journal setup. I kept slipping up a little here and there and misjudging the pen tip sizes for some of the subtitles, probably because they have been kind of blunted a bit and not as pointy as they used to be, as I have been using them a lot. But most will be covered up of these mistakes as I work throughout the spreads throughout the month, filling in the spaces and adding in doodles. And that's the fun with the bullet journal, as you can get to do whatever you want to do with it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and remember to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Also make sure to turn on that notification bell to know when I post up new content, and make sure to follow me on my social media for updates on my videos and other fun things. If you have any friends who also like bullet journaling, plan to start, or need a fun, simple, and easy way to organize your life, I'd really appreciate it if you would share and spread the word about my channel. And don't forget to stay tuned, as I will be posting another stationery giveaway for reaching 400 subscribers mark very soon. I have been waiting for this last package from AliExpress to show part of another haul I did to do the video with, but if it doesn't come soon, I'm just gonna go ahead and get it done. And so thanks once again, and I'll see you in the next.